Hey guys, it's Firefox. Alright, let's get caught up. So, we lost 5 Pokemon, all Bidoofs. We defeated Cleavor without using any of our partner Pokemon, and we recognized that we were terribly underleveled. So, let's start part 2. Today, we're gonna try to get a bit of levels up and get to the second noble Pokemon. So, sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy the Bidoof Hardcore Nuzlocke Part 2. As everyone was entering the chat for the live stream, we decided to do some maintenance and clear up our box so that when we die, we won't lose much items. If we die. After giving an encouraging speech, it was time to deal with our first problem, being underleveled. We head off into the Obsidian Fieldlands to gain some levels on our Bidoofs so that we would never back down from another fight. While warming up and taking out a few cricketers that we knew couldn't do us anything, we ran into this guy. Not 10 minutes into the game, we encountered a Crobat. And to my surprise, he was level 25. However, we still tried to defeat him. But Crobat had different plans, because before we could move against the Crobat, he attacked us with one shot that destroyed Hades, the second to last god from day one's run. Already, we were not off to a good start. As you can see, I was contemplating life at this point, but I got back up, sucked up my tears, and moved on. Of course, we ran away from Crobat. We then quickly said goodbye to Hades and replaced him with another Bidoof who would later be named Soup. After a bit of grinding and a few tasks to get those rare candies and EXP candies, we headed to the Great Hall to receive our next assignment. We met Arazu, who would later be our hairstylist, and received our mission to gain as much research points as needed to hit 2 stars. Remember yesterday when we said that one of the rules was that we can only catch Bidoofs? Well, we quickly realized on our journey to 2 stars that this was near impossible. Actually, this was very impossible because we needed to get research points from catching new Pokemon to complete our 2 stars mission given to us by Kamado. So, pro tip guys, you have to catch Pokemon in Pokémon Legends Arceus. Who knew? After making the decision to add a new rule that stated that we could catch 1 Pokemon of each species in order to gain research points for the Pokédex and our stars, we quickly gained the experience needed to push us to the 2nd star. After receiving the points we needed, we headed directly to Celine, where we acquired our 2nd star. And trust me, it felt good.
Nice.
If you've made it this far into the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. And I have a mission for you. Comment down below how many times did I say Bidoof in this video. The first person to guess it correctly will receive a free Nintendo Switch game the next time we livestream. So, it was time to head to the Crimson Merelands, a new area and missions given to us by Celine and Captain Kamado. But first, quick battle against Akari. And yes, you guessed it, we had to get our revenge against that Pikachu. After a few tactful plays, we destroyed Akari and headed to the Crimson Merelands. There, we met Caliber, the first Pearl Clan member to greet us in the Crimson Merelands. And she thought it funny to show us that she had a Barbarrel, knowing that we clearly couldn't evolve our Bidoofs. I see you, Caliber. I see you. It was not long until we recognized that Volo had a plan of his own, as he ambushed us with his Togepi and Gibble. Our plan was to gain a few levels before battling anyone else, but we could not back out of this fight. And you probably would have guessed it correctly, we suffered for it, as Volo's Togepi, being 3 levels higher than my max Pokemon, was able to take out fried rice, no sweat. And he didn't stop there. His Gibble also thought it was funny to get rid of Coke. This is why you don't do drugs, guys.
I'm Captain Lou Albano talking to you about drugs. Kids, don't be afraid to say no. Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend. Drugs can and will kill. Remember, don't be afraid to turn to your priest, your rabbi, your minister, your moms, your dads, your teachers, because drugs can kill.
After losing 2 of our Bidoofs, it was time to retaliate. We sent out Hercules 2, our max leveled Pokemon. At level 20, he was 2 levels under leveled, but we were ready for this guy. We whipped out a strategy that defeated this Gibble in a quick combo. Upset. Hercules 2 and take out this Gibble. Hopefully he doesn't attack 3 times again. That was so... Should I use Stealth Rocks even though it's weak? And then use Bite, or should I just do 2 bites one time? I was saying I have two turns, right? I should use Stealth Rock and then Bite, or should I do Bite twice? I'm gonna see how much damage I can do with Bite first. If I do half damage with Bite, I'll do Bite again. If I don't, I'll switch out. Okay, yeah, we kill him. Yeah, he did. Doing a strong style too. He ain't surviving this. He ain't surviving this. Don't survive that, boy. Don't survive that. Ooh, imagine if he did survive. After defeating Volo, it was time to say goodbye to Coke and fried rice and replace them with 2 new Bidoofs that were ready to give their lives for the cause. Their names became Pepsi and Enchilada. While gaining some levels, Dark Void decided to give us a little luck with a $2 donation to the stream. Shout out to you, Dark Void, and I did my happy dance.
Celebration.
Not long after, we were met by the sisters, and we were not ready for them either. We gained a couple levels well. Our strongest Bidoof was almost at level 25, but little did we know that they had a different plan for us. The first sister sent out Toxicroak, who quickly used his fighting move, which we were weak against, bringing our last god from day 1, Hercules 2, to his knees almost to death. We had to figure out a strategy. It seemed like our playthrough was about to fail at the hands of a Toxicroak. However, after a bit of coaching from the chat, we eventually defeated the sisters with Pepsi. We always knew that Pepsi was better than Coke. Fight me in the comments below. The sisters didn't go down easy though, as we lost chicken, ramen, and soup, a full course meal. We said goodbye to the brave Bidoofs and replaced them with Goku, Jojo, and Eren Yeager. After defeating the sisters and replacing our Bidoofs, we returned to Caliber to give her a slate, and then it was off to Ursaluna. Before facing Ursaluna, we thought we would be a bit underleveled, so we decided to gain a few levels on all our Bidoofs. Then we came across this guy. The chat and I discussed if we should intervene, and we came to the conclusion that these 3 measly stunkies would not be an issue to our now level 26 Bidoof and his friends. And so the battle began. First, we sent out Hercules and recognized that these stunkies were not to be messed with, as they were all level 20 and all attacking one after the next. Reality then struck that this may be the end of our run. So it was time to go into survival mode. Together with the chat, we devised a strategy on how we could defeat these 3 miscreants. The plan was to get Hercules to be the last hitter, so we had to keep him alive. We decided to send out Enchilada, as he had the most special defense. The first stunky poisoned us. The second stunky tried the same. But the third stunky we weren't ready for, as he made use of my poison side effect and Venoshocked us, doing double damage because of its buffs. We then decided to send out Jojo, who was the tankiest of the 6. Jojo attacked the stunky that was on the cusp of death, but failed to defeat him. And in retaliation, the stunkies took advantage and annihilated Jojo. We then sent out the Titan himself, Eren Yeager. He was quickly poisoned by the first stunky, followed by an acid spray by the second. He then had the opportunity to land the final blow on the weakest stunky. Now it was 2 against 4. The first stunky used another poison gas to ensure that we would be poisoned, and then the second one used Venoshock yet again. And we were down to 3. This point in time, things were looking bleak, and I realized that my run may be over. However, without hesitation, we sent out our next Bidoof, Goku. We tried a new strategy, using an agile style move to give us the ability to attack again with quick succession. However, it did not prove very helpful, as Goku quickly was defeated by the 2 Bidoofs, which left us with Hercules and Pepsi. Were we going to make it out of this alive? Would we have a vengeful spirit against the Stunky? We sent out Pepsi and set a prayer and began our battle. The first Stunky, Venus, shocked us and almost killed us with one attack. Then we used rest, suggested by the chat. In our rested state, we regained full health, and Pepsi then took another attack from a different Stunky. Then a Venus shock, and we had little to no health at all. If a mosquito bit us, we would die. So we decided we would rest again in order to get our health back. However, Pepsi had not been on our team that long and failed to use the rest, therefore taking the L, leaving us with Hercules 2. At this point, the chat was afraid. I was afraid. Everyone was afraid because it seemed like it was about time to end and call our run a fail. Wait, did I rhyme there? Anyway, back to the fight. Remembering that our last move failed because we were drowsy, we decided to use Swift, a move that never misses, against our first Stunky. And sure enough, it worked. He died. But the last Stunky retaliated without hesitation with a Venus shock that completely annihilated Hercules 2. Yes, this was the end of our run. We had been defeated. All the gods had been destroyed. It was time to give up the mantle. It was time to erase our badges. It was time to bury ourselves because we had failed our Bidoof hardcore Nuzlocke. After a moment contemplating what would be done next, I asked the chat, how should we move forward? The resounding answer was to never give up, as we should never give up in life. Stay tuned for part 3 as we reset our Bidoof Nuzlocke and went on to attempt 2. This time, things were spicy. Different choices were made. We weren't over leveled, but we were truly gods. See it next time on Bidoof Hardcore Nuzlocke Part 3. You won't want to miss this.